Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the match on WWE 2K25. This one is WarGames. We have the Wyatt Sicks going up against the Psycho Circus in this WWE versus AAA clash. Alright, this should be interesting, this one. I don't know, I think we've used some of the Psycho Circus before, but not all of them. And the Wyatt Sicks we've gone for Rowan, we've gone for Gacy, we've gone for... Oh, I want to say Sam Shaw, it's not his name anymore, is it? Dexter Loomis. And we have gone for the Fiend himself, Bray Wyatt. There are two teams contained in separate cages. One member of each will start the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released. I don't know who's got the advantage. I didn't pick it. Once all competitors have entered, WarGames begins. The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Exiting the cage will result in a pinfall. So escape is not allowed. And it's first pinfall or submission once everybody is inside the ring. The game doesn't really work very well with setting these matches up, so I'm unsure who's actually starting this match, but I'm sure we'll find out. Right then, we have got to kick things off a member of the Wyatt Sicks. I want to say it's going to be Gacy, you know, just because I'm pretty sure I saw the rest of them in the cage. We can have a quick look at the old ranking system, can't we? Joe Gacy is currently on +1 after 13 matches. Dexter Loomis is on +6 after 6 matches. He's having a great run, isn't he? Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, is on 0 after 29 matches. And Eric Rowan is on 0 after 8 matches. In terms of the clowns, we've got Monster Clown, who is in this... No, he's not in this match, okay. It is Joe Gacy to kick things off then, okay. So we have got Murder Clown, who is in this match. He is +1 from 1. And we've got Psycho Clown, who is also in this match. He is 0 from 2. Also, then debuting, we will have Dave the Clown and Panic Clown. Yep, Dave the Clown is a real one, I promise. And I know Omega absolutely hates this match, so sorry, mate. I know you're not exactly a clown man, are you? So, Dave the Clown. Dave the Clown is such a stupid name that I love at the same time. And Panic Clown. Okay, and this is the Psycho Circus then from AAA. Just 2 new people on the ranking system. I always like adding new people wherever we can. So this is Dave the Clown here. So Dave the Clown is the one who is in purple and white. There he is. So you've got Dave the Clown, you've got Murder Clown is white and red. You've got Panic Clown, which is the green and white. And then you've got Psycho Clown, who was seen before, who's sort of like the red and white with the mohawk. So it's a pretty good call, this, isn't it, really? The mouth's a bit creepy, I must admit. There you go. Right then, so kicking things off, we've got Dave the Clown and Joe Gacy. And you can see inside the cage at the top left there, you've got, on the left-hand side with the green hair, that is Panic Clown. At the back right in the red with the white mask, that is Murder Clown. And then at the front, you've got Psycho Clown, who of course we've seen as part of the Hardcore Championship tournament already. So, this should be interesting. So yeah, obviously Dave the Clown, Panic Clown both on 0. As was Psycho Clown. And Murder Clown's on a +1 from one match we had a couple of years ago. Dave now with a strike right into the gut of Joe Gacy. Yeah, these are pretty good calls, aren't they, really? And there's a styles clash pretty early in the match. I mean, I say it looks pretty cool. Let me have a quick look at Dave the Clown. I mean, it's pretty damn good, in fairness. He has had slightly differing attires here and there, but yeah, it's a pretty damn good core. He is a creepy looking freak, I tell you. And he is part of AAA, I'm pretty sure. Still. I know, my internet's frozen, so I can't load it up. There you go. Psycho Circus. So Dave the Clown doesn't actually have his own Wikipedia page. I'm assuming he's still knocking around there. It doesn't necessarily say, to be honest, but if I just look at the AAA roster currently, that'll tell me, won't it, really? Dave the Clown is on the AAA roster. He's actually 1/3 of the current Trios champions at the moment. Bray Wyatt the Fiend is the second person to enter this match. So Dave the Clown is there, Monster Clown and Murder Clown and Psycho Clown and Panic Clown. Yeah, they're all part of the... So at the moment, the current trio's champions are Panic Clown, Murder Clown and Dave the Clown. They're the current trio's champions. So we do know then that the Wyatt Sicks are going to have the man advantage, which is quite an important thing to have in these sort of matches. We haven't really used a lot of Bray. We need to get some more out of Bray, don't we? I think I have got some stuff lined up for Bray on some of the potential cards we have been putting together. I think NXT Homecoming we've got Bray on. Yep. Obviously Halloween Havoc is going to have Bray part of it as well. Maybe Survivor Series we can put him in there. Past versus present we haven't got. We could do though. Or have I? I think I did put Bray on that actually. Yeah, Bray Wyatt versus Kevin Sullivan. I did do that one, okay. So yeah, there's a lot of different options out there. And of course there's still a lot more for us to write as well. As this then is Murder Clown who has entered the match. The one who's in red and white. I quite like them, to be honest. I think they're a cool little group we haven't really used a lot of, but I thought this match potentially against this would work pretty well. Let me just mark down for Halloween Havoc. Psycho Circus. There we go. Just writing some notes when I do come to write the Halloween Havoc card. We do utilise as many of these guys as we can. It just makes sense, doesn't it, really? Make Halloween Havoc creepy again. So we do know the Wyatt Sicks, though, do have the man advantage. We are going to see either Dexter Lumis or... I've got a feeling it's going to be Dexter Lumis next, only because Eric Rowan's at the front of the cage. It is, okay. So Dexter Lumis now making his way to the ring. That means we also know that Panic Clown will be the next person to enter for the Psycho Circus. I mean, we used Psycho Clown for the hardcore title, but I mean, any of these clowns could really be involved. Let's throw Doink the Clown in there as well. He's pretty creepy. People are freaked out by clowns. I'm going to put Doink on the Halloween Havoc roster, why not? Stiff clothesline there. And now up with the butt buster there by Joe Gacy. Remember, it doesn't matter what happens at this point in the match. It doesn't matter how much damage is done by everyone at this point in the match. It only matters what happens when everybody is in the ring. That's when the bell goes. That's when the match will officially begin. And look at Dave the Clown. Oh my God, Dave the Clown. Like an F10 on the Fiend Bray Wyatt there. Dave the Clown now bringing Sam Shaw. Dexter Lumis back up to his feet. It's mad to think that I remember watching Sam Shaw. It's mad with all these Wyatt Sicks. I mean, I remember watching Sam Shaw doing his gut check back in TNA back in the day, where he got his contract for TNA. I remember watching Joe Gacy wrestling death matches in someone's backyard for CZW. And now to see the pair of them on the main roster as part of this, I think is really cool. So this is Panic Clown now looking to enter the ring. And he's going to bring a table with him, which is pretty cool. So Panic Clown is in. The numbers are leveled out. He does have the table. Not quite sure what he's going to do with it. He's going to bring it across to the ring where everyone is. Throws it in, and Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, is... got his eyes set on Panic. This is a pretty cool attire for Panic Clown as well. Whoever's made these calls, I can't remember who it was now, but he's done a cracking job. It really has. Murder Clown. Oh, there's the low blow. Everything is legal in these matches. It does not matter at all. I mean, if you want to go for the nutbuster, it's perfectly legal in this situation. And Bray Wyatt now with a mandible claw, just choking out Panic Clown. Nice takedown there by Dave the Clown. And we're going to see the entrance of Eric Rowan pretty soon, which is going to give the final man advantage to the Wyatt Sicks for a short period of time. Right, the bell goes then. No, the bell doesn't go. The buzzer goes. In comes Eric Rowan. He doesn't want any toys, no weapons. He does find himself a kendo stick on the floor that he's going to take full advantage of, though. And Bray Wyatt now with his sister Abigail taking down poor old Panic Clown. So Psycho Clown now the one man left. He is in the cage. As soon as that countdown timer goes, he will be in. And the match will officially begin. Yeah, I don't know what Dexter was up to there. He sort of climbed the top like he was going to go for it and then decided against it at the last minute. I don't blame him, to be honest. And Eric Rowan now with a choke slam on Murder Clown. Panic Clown is going to be double teamed here by the Wyatt Sicks. Dave the Clown trying to work over the Fiend. The table's set up here. No one's gone through it as of yet, but it seems like a matter of time before someone's going to. And that could be Panic Clown as Joe Gacy now taking him up. Panic Clown. No, it looked like he was going to go for an Alabama slam through the table, but Panic Clown was able to break free. And a lovely, stiff clothesline. Here comes Psycho Clown. He's been released from the cage. As soon as Psycho Clown enters the ring, this match will officially begin. And he is going to grab himself some weapons first. He grabs a stop sign. And he's not enough. He wants some more. It's a sledgehammer now as well. Nope, still wants more toys. It's a kendo stick. And there we go. He's brought 3 new weapons into the match. Everyone's crushed in that far ring. Psycho Clown has himself a sledgehammer. You hear the bell ring. The match is now officially underway. First pinfall or submission at this point will be the victor. I like what they've done with the mask of Psycho Clown. They've used a beard and then just painted an extra bit on to make it look like the long tongue. That's pretty clever, I like that. Murder Clown now just murdering Joe Gacy. Murder Clown now taking Gacy up on the shoulders. Spins him round with the aeroplane spin. Dave the Clown, oh look at that, lovely. Butterfly into a spinning neckbreaker. Murder Clown continuing. And at the moment, the Psycho Circus in firm control. All 4 of the Wyatt Sicks are down and out, I say. And look at that stiff lariat there by Eric Rowan taking down Panic Clown. Psycho Clown now sending Joe Gacy crashing to the middle of the 2 rings. Gacy fighting back though, using the ropes for his advantage to send the arm across. And now we are going to see finally a little bit of a split up. That's what we need to see. Lovely running in with a backstabber there. And the smart thing here by Psycho Clown is obviously he's the freshest member of the match. He was the last person to enter. And Joe Gacy was the very first person to enter. So to try and pick on him is probably quite a smart thing to do. There we go, got a nice little split up now. As Murder Clown with the pile driver. Dave the Clown sending the stop sign across the back of Dexter Loomis. Gacy now with a clothesline. I like Dave the Clown. I mean, all these clowns just got really cool attires. Dave the Clown now gets dropped to the backdrop. It was close to the table, not quite enough to put him through it though. There's the pin. I didn't notice that by Eric Rowan on the far ring. It was only enough for the 2 count. There's a German suplex. It was towards the table but missed it, and now the table collapses. There's the spine buster by Dexter Lumis. Panic Clown now dumping Eric Rowan in. And you look at Dexter Lumis locking in that submission. Dave the Clown's been in the ring for a long time now. He could be out. No, Dave fights back. Hello, Dave. Submission now by Psycho Clown as well on Bray Wyatt. Again, though, Dexter Lumis locking in the submission on Dave the Clown. And again, Dave able to break free. Dexter Lumis dives from the top, in with the elbow drop again. Rome was looking for the pin on Panic Clown, but Murder Clown was there to break it up. Psycho Clown now with Gacy up on the shoulders. Oh, lovely knee to the face, almost like an inverted GTS. There is the pin attempt, but broken up straight away. Now taking down Psycho Clown with the dropkick into the back. Pin now on the far side of the ring by the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. It is enough. The Wyatt Sicks pull off the victory against the Clowns. But it was a very good performance by the Clowns, and I would love to see them again at some point. Both Dave the Clown and Panic Clown moved down to a -1 because that was their debuting match. Murder Clown is going to move down to a 0. Of course, they had a match back in 2021, which they won. This is his first match since then. 4 years later, they've lost it. He moves down to a 0 overall. And then Psycho Clown, who's had a bit more matches than his tag team partners, he moves down to a... Is that the right person? It is, yeah. He moves down to a -1 after 3 matches, of course. He's had 2 matches this year, both in the one in the Hardcore Championship Tournament, one, of course, in this WarGames, but both as part of When Worlds Collide. And then we have themselves the Wyatt Sicks. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, picks up a point. He moves up to a +1 after 1 match this year. Shame we haven't used more of him, to be honest. Dexter Lumis, who is just in incredible form, gets himself a point, moves up to a +7 after 7 matches. Eric Rowan, with that victory, then moves up to a +1 after 9 matches. And Joe Gacy, the former SWE Hardcore Champion, with that point, moves up to a +2 after 14 matches. Right then, there we go. Big victory for the Wyatt Sicks against the Psycho Circus live here from AAA When Worlds Collide pre-show. We've got 2 more matches left for you before the official pay-per-view begins. We will have a Cruiserweight Classic coming up next. Amazing Red, Lindsay Dorado, Aerostar and Dragon Lee before finishing things off with Miles Bourne up against Randy Orton before we tackle the main pay-per-view, which will be up for you in a few hours' time. Right, I love you. Leave you good night. God bless. I'll be saying like, subscribe, leave good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.